I got in my home and I ran in my room. I cut off the lights and the pressure consumed me. Wet is my face from the tears in my eyes. I can taste them, they're salty, my life I despise. No matter how often I'm beat down, it's shocking. Tears falling upon a shotgun, I'm cocking. Alone in the corner, sitting on the floor. My feelings hurt so bad, they're dead to the core. Pitch black is my room, disrupted by the glow. Red 665 on the clock radio, illuminating the shadows sprawled out on the wall. The scariest imagery I've ever saw. A symbol of anger strong as a tornado. Of toxic pollution is rocking my cradle. And shocking me is the impact of his fist. It woke me up to the simple fact that I'm...
Welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast, where we profile and showcase underground music while taking an occasional trip above the surface. I'm your host, Rombone. Thank you for tuning in. Now, goddamn, that Fearless Fred Fury single, Fury, that they just released this past Friday is fucking hard. I'm sure you've heard it by now, so let's dive into it a little bit. This is what the fans wanted. We wanted that angry shit, that dark shit, the shit that hits hard, the beat hits super fucking hard, the bass is in your face, the flows are on point, Violent J rapping his ass off, Shaggy rapping his ass off, you got a little bit of a chuggy guitar in there, you got fucking some screaming in there. Why wasn't this the first single? If they would have let off with this as the first single, this would have gotten me way more excited for Fearless Fred Fury, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. This is what the fans want. This is what sets the tone for Fearless Fred Fury. This is the shit that we were expecting, the anger, the wicked shit. Now it sounds like this could be the first song on the album right after the intro. Not sure because they still haven't released a track list on it. We still don't know too much information on the album. This song compared to WTF is much better. WTF was just, to me, overproduced. It's not a bad song, but I'm sure it's a song that fits in somewhere on the album, like I said before. It's mixed better than WTF. The vocals are loud and clear. The shit is not overproduced. It's kind of simple, but it still fucking hits really hard. This shit got me pumped. This song is one of the best songs in a long time. Easily one of the best songs of the new Joker cards so far, in my opinion. I want to know who's producing it. Who is producing this album? I've heard that Straight Jacket is producing the album. I'm not sure if that's true or not, if they're reaching for outside production like they did on Missing Link, where they got Seven, Kuma, a couple other people. Young Wicked was on the Lost and Found albums. Why no news? Why haven't we got anything? Who's producing it? The track list. They told us they were going to give us a track list. We've still yet to get a track list. We're a month away from the release of the album. Very little news. This song is better than the entire Lost album. This song is like that real, natural, just angry, wicked shit, where Lost, where they promised us would be that real wicked shit, sounded forced to me. It sounded like they were forcing that shit to be wicked, and it just wasn't natural, like how it usually comes out when they do some shit like that. This right here, you can hear the anger in the voice. You can hear the anger in the music. Now, we're only a month away from the release. We're supposed to get the Flip the Rat EP, and it's starting to look like the only way to get the Flip the Rat EP is getting the indie exclusive, which you have to buy the album at a independent record store. I've seen some pre-orders. Fago Lovers put up one. I found one for a local record store in my area, Bull Moose. Not sold out on their website as I've seen it on other websites, but it's looking like the only way to get the Flip the Rat EP is to pre-order it or just buy it at an independent record store, where originally they told us that we would have to mail in a proof of purchase to Psychopathic and they would send us a copy of the album. And I questioned, would we even get a copy of the album? Because we all know how the old Psychopathic merch was ran, delayed shipping, you'd get sent the wrong shit. Sometimes you wouldn't even get sent shit and you'd have to fucking file a fucking PayPal claim and get your fucking money back. But it's looking like you gotta hit an indie record store to cop that shit with the Fearless Fred Fury album. I guess it's gonna be packaged with it. Not sure. there's no official news on how to obtain the Flip the Rat EP. This is just ninjas going out there, finding the shit on their own. I guess that makes that kind of fresh, but really, we need an official word on how to get this shit. And it's confusing the fans, because you tell us one thing, and then you don't deliver, or we get something else. Back to the fucking single, Fury, super fucking dope. Gives me some hope for Fearless Fred Fury. Much better than WTF. Sounds better. Rapping is better. Just overall, the song is just really fucking good. And other new music we got on the now canceled E&J tour. If you were a VIP, you were going to get the Brother EP. I held a listening party for it. We listened to it. It's only 4 songs long. First song sounds like it could be a cut track from Fearless Fred Fury, which again, that song sounds better than WTF. So I'm kind of questioning if that is a cut track. Why is it cut? Second track was the Jackin' for Beats, rapping over Lil Wayne, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Missy Elliott, Esham's 24/7. And then you had like a Doors cover. And then you had the fucking My Best Friend song where Violent J is rapping about Shaggy 2 Dope and 2 Dope being his best friend. That's all cute and shit, but the song, I don't know, it's kind of fucking whack. I listened to it a couple times, not really feeling it. I'm feeling the first track on the Brother EP, and the second track's Jackin' for Beats. Violent J is going in. Sounds like he's back to fucking really rapping again. So again, this is giving me another little bit of hope for Fearless Fred Fury and what we can expect. I mentioned that the E&J tour was canceled. We haven't received an explanation why. The only thing that we got was due to circumstances out of our control that the tour had to be canceled. That's all we got. No explanation. This is the second tour in I think a year. I think just last year in Canada, they had the Malenko and Friends tour. That shit was canceled. For that, they gave the explanation that the crew couldn't get into Canada, which makes sense. So that's believable, but why are we getting a second canceled tour in a year with no real explanation? Esham got left hanging. He was on social media, fucking Instagram Live, playing like depressing songs the day that it was announced that the tour was canceled. Playing like Celine Dion's All By Myself as he's driving down the fucking highway on the tour bus. And the initial rumors were that there was tour bus problems. So that right there was thrown out the windows. Couldn't be a tour bus issue. Tons of rumors flying around. We're not sure why. To me, it seems like it's directly linked to Violent J, why the tour got canceled. It's being speculated that he had a panic attack on stage in Arizona and left the stage during the last song. But I mean, usually during their last song, they usually bounce off stage anyway. So they're not really hanging around too long after the fucking Juggalos rush the stage for what would be Faygo Armageddon, but they ain't throwing Faygo on the solo tours. So I'm not really sure what's going on. We don't have any confirmed information. I'm not really going to speculate. I have my own theories, but I'm not going to put it out there. If Violent J is suffering from panic attacks or anything else like that, I hope he's doing okay. If not, something else. I just hope everybody's okay. And Shaggy 2 Dope started his own tour, the Fuck Off Motherfucker tour. Him and DJ Clay up on stage, Ouija Mac opening up. Shaggy 2 Dope is gonna be our savior for the E&J tour being canceled. It's all in Shaggy's hands now. He is going to be the one that makes up for the E&J tour cancellation. I've already seen clips online of his performance. Looks fucking dope. It reminds me of the Fuck Off tour back about 15 years ago. He's just up on stage, fucking dolo with DJ Clay, just killing shit, performing his solo shit. I mean, he put out his album last year, or the year before rather. He's got more solo material to play. I'm sure he's going to be performing some ICP shit. I saw one clip where he's playing Passing Me By, so that's dope. He seems fucking dedicated to this. When the tour was canceled up in Canada and Jay bounced off the stage, he was up there fucking yelling into the mic, yelling for the sound guy to put on some of his solo stuff so he could keep the show going, not leave the fans hanging. To me, It seems like he's really serious about this shit. He's dedicated to fucking making this shit work, and he's gonna make it up for us. He's also taken over the ICP social media pages, which I think could be attributed to Ouija Mac, because Ouija Mac fucking kills the social media shit. So just in the last few days alone, he's been posting shit. It's been pretty fucking funny. He's on the tour bus and shit. He's gonna make up, and I believe he has been making up for the lack of ICP music that we've been getting the last few years since The Missing Link has been released. We really haven't got shit. We got the Phantom EP, we got the Juggalo Love Cypher, 6 Foot, 7 Foot, a couple other tracks that they released, but really we haven't been getting that much music. He did put out the solo album, so it seems like he's putting in more work. I know Violent J just put out an EP, but Shaggy also got his new EP coming out, the Gloomy Sunday EP. That's available for the VIPs on this tour. They've released compilations, which to me is kind of mundane at this point with iTunes and Spotify. Why release compilations when people can just create their own compilations and playlists right on their phone? You know, you're releasing these compilations, making them super limited, so the collectors want to collect them, but really it's kind of irrelevant at this point. We just want new music. Are we going to get more Shaggy on the Fearless Fred Fury album than previous albums? I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. Usually Violent J has more verses, solo tracks, and shit like that on the Joker cards. So I'm curious to see if Shaggy is going to be more involved in the album. Is he going to have more solo tracks? Shit like that. You know, it's all to be seen and all to be heard in about a month. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I think Shaggy's going to be the savior for this shit. He's going to make up for the E&J tour cancellation by killing it himself, posting on the social media, getting the fans hype, and just rocking the shit out. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen. I'm hoping everybody's okay, everything's all good, because we ain't getting an explanation on the cancellation, but Shaggy's out there killing it. I got the VIP. I'll be at the Worcester show at the end of the month. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hearing the Gloomy Sunday CD. I just listened to the Murder Mayhem Show podcast. Mitchell, the host of the show, did some research on Gloomy Sunday, found that there's like a some Norwegian song that was fucking banned because people were killing themselves and all sorts of shit when they listen to the song. And if you look at the cover, it's fucking Too Dope fucking hanging himself. I'm expecting some dark, wicked shit on his EP now, just because of that information and because of the name of the EP, the image on the fucking cover. I think it's going to flow right along with Fearless Fred Fury. It's going to be that dark, heavy, wicked shit. And it should be dope. Looking forward to it. Now, just this past week, I went to the Drive-By show in Cambridge, Mass. with Blaze Your Dead Homie and Anybody Killer. That shit was dope. It was a dope show. Small venue. It was like a 150 person capacity venue. I'd say they were pretty close to selling that shit out. A bunch of people showed up for it. There was a lot of fucking opening acts, which I'm not a fan of. I tried going late and I still caught a bunch of the opening acts. Couple were alright. Jaron Benton was there on the Yuck Fu tour. Jaron Benton is fucking dope. It was my first time seeing him live. This dude, I don't know how he's not more popping than he already is. This dude raps his fucking ass off, says wild shit, and it's not just because he says wild shit he's dope, but it's how he says it and what the fuck he's saying. Like, this dude's just off the wall with it. His performance was dope. And then you had Drive-By, Blaze and ABK, basically a best of all their collaborative songs together, performing Thug for Life, Shotgun, Put Your Hands Up, Too Many Bitches, the original Foodang. Oh, that was fucking hard. The place went fucking nuts when they came out to the original Foodang. God damn, that shit was dope as fuck. The chemistry they have on stage and on songs together is quite apparent, that they're just fucking having fun with the shit. They're fucking just killing it. They're making it look easy. They did a couple solo tracks. Blaze did Ghost, and then he did That Ain't Gangsta off the Casket Factory LP. And then ABK performed a new song. I can't remember if he announced what the name of the track was, but that shit was hard. The bass was heavy. His flow was dope on it. I'm not sure if it's for Shapeshifter or not, but at this point, as I've said before on this show, I just want some new ABK, and that song that he fucking played was dope as hell. Always a fan of ABK. consistently putting out dope fucking music. Psychopathic, just let him release the Shapeshifter shit with the Young Wicked production. Fuck it. Let him do it. We need new ABK music. Because that shit that he played, I don't know if that was produced by Young Wicked, but that shit was hard as fuck. Also, new music. Drive By announced that they're releasing a new EP, which has now been put up for order on the M&E store, and it's available on the tour now. It's called For the OGs. They performed 2 new songs off of it. Sounds like we're just going to get classic Drive By, classic Blaze and ABK shit. God Synth, who's been producing a lot of shit for M&E, Twisted. He did shit on the Year of the Sword album. Announced on his Instagram that the EP is produced entirely by him, which is going to be dope. When you see his name as the track's producer, you know the beat's going to be dope. I don't think I've heard a whack beat from him yet. You got God Synth producing the new Drive By EP For the OGs. That shit got me hyped. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for new ABK and Blaze. I got my order in. I'm just waiting to bump it. I'll probably be doing a listening party for it when I get it in. I'll announce it on my social media pages. That'll be dope as fuck. I enjoy doing the listening parties with everybody that tunes in. Everybody participates in the chat. We talk about the tracks, track by track as it happens. Break it down. It's fucking really fun. Moving forward, I'm going to do the listening parties on Twitch and not YouTube anymore, only because YouTube's copyright system. The copyright system, if you play music that is owned by somebody else, you can get copyright strikes, and if you get enough strikes, you can get your fucking channel deleted and you can get banned from YouTube. So I'm not trying to do that. Twitch is more lenient with streaming music. So I'll be up on Twitch. When we're doing listening parties, I'll have the link so you can just click the link right away. Go right to it. Should be pretty easy. Starting this Wednesday at 10 p.m., I'm going to be doing Wicked Shit Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be bumping classic Wicked Shit, some new Wicked Shit, some Wicked Shit that you probably never heard, artists you never heard of. One of my goals with doing this Beneath the Dirt shit is putting people on to new artists that they haven't heard before. And there's a lot of dope Wicked shit out there in the underground, and even just hip hop in general, that I think people need to be put on to. So I'm hoping with this Wicked Shit Wednesdays, we'll be bumping the classics, ICP, Twisted, Esham, all that shit. But I'm also going to be playing some shit that you might not have ever heard before. You might like it, you might fuck with it, and then you might not like it. Fuck it. Tell me in the chat. It's all good. I'll be taking requests from everybody in the chat. You want to hear a certain song by somebody, whatever, I'll be playing your requests. Shit should be fun. It'll be just like the listening parties. We'll be shooting the shit, listen to dope music. Speaking of listening parties, this Friday, Thursday night going into Friday at midnight, we're going to be doing the Boondocks listening party for Liquor, Lies, and Legacy, the EP. That'll be up on the Twitch as well. So we'll be doing that, breaking that down track by track. Brand new, first time listening to it right at midnight, right when it's released on iTunes. I'll download that shit and we're going to listen to it. Now, one more thing before I bounce up out of here. I recently did a show with Mitchell from the Murder Mayhem Show on the Carnival Spirits YouTube page for their Juggalo Takeover 2.0. We sat down and we shot the shit. We had like a 2-hour conversation. The shit was mad fun. We talked about a lot of shit. Tour cancellation, the Brother EP. We talked about Ouija Mac's new EP, Drive By. We talked about some Twisted. We talked whole lot of shit. It was almost 2 hours long. Shit went by super quick. We had a fucking dope ass conversation. I enjoyed talking to him, meeting him for the first time. That was dope as hell. Shout out to Carnival Spirits and Beastmaster for letting us do that up on their YouTube page. They got like 4,000 subscribers, so that's dope right there. Much appreciated. Shout out to Mitchell from the Murder Mayhem Show. I look forward to doing more shows with him. He's the shit. His show is the shit. I've been listening to his show for a couple years. He's been more consistent with it lately, releasing shit more frequently, whereas in the past it was kind of sporadic and shit. But it was always a dope show. Even if it was 4 months apart, I'd fucking tune in. I'm subscribed on iTunes. He's dope as fuck. Looking forward to working with him more. Looking forward to working with Carnival Spirits again and other people. Like I said before, I want to get more conversations with people on the show. Should be dope as fuck. I don't mind doing this shit by myself, but it's a lot easier when you're talking to somebody else and you ain't got to try to keep a fucking conversation going by yourself for however fucking long. That's up on the YouTube. Just type in Murder Mayhem Show Beneath the Dirt. It should pop up. And that's all I got. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Wicked Shit Wednesdays. Bumping the classic shit. Taking requests. Shooting the shit with y'all in the chat. Thursday night going into Friday at midnight. Boondocks, the Liquor, Lies, and Legacy EP listening party on Twitch. I'll have the links readily available so you can just hop right in, join the chat, and we can shoot the shit, have a good time, and listen to some dope fucking music and have fun, because that's all it's about. Having fucking fun. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Rombone. This is Beneath the Dirt Podcast. Peace.